In today's video, I'm showing you one of the best recipes you can do to smoke a turkey using a pit barrel cooker. So I love smoking turkeys on the pit barrel cooker. It always comes out fantastic. And with something like a turkey, it really does well over that direct heat style of cooking compared to something like an offset smoker. First time I did a turkey on the pit barrel cooker, I was blown away at how good it tastes. And this recipe I'm using today takes it to another level. So I got this recipe from one of Ballistic Barbecue's recipes. If you guys have not seen his channel, be sure to check it out. He has some amazing videos out there, and he does a ton of pit barrel cooker videos. So for this turkey recipe, we're gonna be making a kind of compound butter to put under the skin when we cook this. So let's go ahead and jump right into making this butter. All right, so get yourself a bowl, and we're going to need a stick of butter. Now I left this out at room temperature to make sure it was nice and soft. I also didn't mention it earlier, but I already went ahead and started my pit barrel cooker up. I'm gonna be using lump charcoal today and a couple of cherry wood chunks. Now, if you wanna see how I like to light my pit barrel up, I have a video out on that. I will be sure to leave a link to that down in the description below for you. So to the butter here, I have some orange, lemon, and lime zest. This is going to be a citrus compound butter, which goes fantastic with the turkey. So you can use fresh seasoning for this. I like to just go ahead and use dried seasoning. This is thyme here, and then a little bit of rosemary. Now we can go ahead and just get this all mixed up together. Now in the Ballistic Barbecue recipe, he added triple sec to this, which definitely would be a great option. I'm going without the triple sec for this. I don't think it'll be too big a deal. That would just give you some extra orange flavor. If you want to, you could probably add a little bit of orange juice, like freshly squeezed orange juice, or even same thing with lime and lemon. But for me, this zest is going to have plenty of flavor for the turkey. So there we go. Nice citrus compound butter with some rosemary and thyme in there. He also added sage, but I didn't want to do that. I will be adding sage into the actual turkey later, but the butter is ready. So let's go ahead, get the turkey, and we will get this thing prepped. All right, so here is our turkey. Now, I usually like to go with a smaller turkey. This is probably 10.5 pounds. The reason I like a small turkey is because they cook faster, and for me, they taste a little better. So now we're gonna take some of that butter and we're gonna get it put right under the skin of this turkey. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is work your finger under the skin here and kind of just open up a pocket so that butter will have a place to go. And just try not to rip the skin. It's a tough task because this turkey skin is pretty thick, so don't worry too much. Definitely be careful because sometimes they already have holes in them. So just go around and work this skin up best you can. Sometimes you can use a wooden spoon and stick the handle down in there. That'll help you out. And we want to do the same thing on these thighs and legs like that. That looks pretty good. So now go ahead, grab some of that butter and just throw it right under that skin, and then just push it around from the outside to try and work it into all these areas. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just make sure you get everything covered. Now the legs will be the more difficult part. Just try and get it over that little, the knee, I guess you'd call it. Then you can work it down to the thigh area. The legs are more fatty, so they're gonna hold a little more moisture anyway. So I think most of your butter should be in the breast area because that's known to dry out. Now I just like to take any of this extra butter and whatever leaked out on the outside, and then we're just gonna rub the whole thing down. Kind of use this as a binder. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's get this flipped back over. I just wanna get this thing seasoned. And today I'm going to be using some of this Lowry's seasoning salt. We just need something basic. You can go with salt, pepper, garlic, just salt and pepper. You just want a little extra flavor in there. And I like to season in the cavity first, but this Lowry's is fantastic. I'm a big fan. It's going to give a nice color to this turkey as well. Go on with a good layer. You can use a nice barbecue rub, really anything for the seasoning. Most of your flavor is going to be coming from that butter we put inside there anyway. And put a good coating because a lot of this is going to end up coming off anyway. Next thing I want to do is get this turkey stuffed with some goodies here. So here I have all the oranges, lemons, and limes from when I zested this thing. Go ahead and just stuff that in there with some of this. It's a smaller turkey, so it's not going to take too much in here. All right, so here I have some rosemary and thyme. Just kind of jamming that in there. Here I have some sage. Get some of that in there. A couple more of these lemons and limes. I like to really pack this in here. There we go. Beautiful. Now just hit it with a little more of that seasoning. And we are ready to get some hooks in this thing. Throw a little more seasoning on the back here. All right, so if you've seen any pit barrel cooker turkey recipes, you've probably seen one of those turkey hangers they sell. Now, if you have that, go ahead and use it. It's a great option. I don't have one of those, and I've never really needed one. So today I'm going to show you how I like to hook these up on the pit barrel cooker without using one of those hangers. So you're going to flip it down like I have it here. Come right along the back of the spine, between the wing and the spine. Find a good spot between the bones here. And punch that right through like that. You want to make sure you have a good bite so it doesn't fall out when it's cooking. So that looks pretty good like that. Now we're going to do the same thing back here. Find a nice good spot where you can punch through those bones. Might take a little feeling around to get a good spot. There we go. And that is it. So this is ready for the pit barrel. The pit barrel is warmed up. Let's go ahead and throw it on now. All right, so let's get this lid off. Now we just want to get one of these rods out of here. This is a good time to just stoke this fire a little bit. All right, now we can get our turkey. We're gonna get this hook here. When you get the back hook, you can swing it around, hook it like that. Now I'll hold it up with one hand while I get the other rod back in. And then this back hook, you gotta kind of stretch, but that's it. Turkey is in the pit barrel. So we're gonna get the lid on and we'll just let that thing cook. All right, now since that turkey's on the smaller side, it's probably not gonna need that much time. I will check on it after about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but it'll probably need maybe 3 to 4, we'll see. This is gonna benefit greatly from hanging like that because all that good meat is facing down towards the fire. That's gonna let this skin render down. This is going to be a delicious turkey when it's done, but I will see you guys back out here when this thing's ready to pull. All right, so the turkey's been on for a couple hours. Let's give it a check. See that skin's looking nice. Let me go ahead and check it here in the thigh. It's about 155 in the thigh. Not too bad. See if I can get a measurement in the breast here. About 146 in the breast, so we're getting pretty close. I'm gonna pull this off when I'm at about 150 to 155 in the breast. The breast is going to dry out first, so that's really when I want to pull it. I'm not too worried about where these thighs go. These can go up to 180 degrees and it won't be an issue. It's just the breast that we got to make sure we pull it off in time. So I'm thinking about a half an hour and we'll come back out here and probably get it pulled off. All right, so it's been another 45 minutes or so. Let's give this thing a check. It's looking really nice. See where we're at in those thighs. About 180 in the thigh, that's pretty good. See where we are in this breast, about 165. All right, so this is all set. I'm gonna get this pulled off and let it rest. All right, so here is our turkey all finished up. I let it rest for almost an hour. This thing smells absolutely phenomenal. I wish you could smell it. With all those herbs and citrus in there, this is going to be a delicious bird. Now, like I said, I wanted to pull it off at 155, but it got up to 165. Shouldn't be a problem. But let's go ahead, slice into this and see how it came out. So what I want to do is try some of the breast. So I'm going to pull this wing off of here. You can see that comes right off. That is a great sign. Now I'm going to cut here between the leg quarter and the breast. And you can see all that delicious herb butter in there. Now I'm sure you see plenty of times around Thanksgiving people carving the turkey like that. Now it's not a problem because turkey is pretty tender, but technically you're cutting with the grain when you are doing that. So what I like to do is I'll come right in here at the breastbone, cut through that skin. Then I kind of just find the breastplate and just work my knife alongside that and kind of work this breast right off of the carcass. Takes a little more work, but I find it's a little better in the end. Once you hit the rib cage, you kind of turn your knife and just right along that rib cage. If there's some meat left on the carcass, it's not a big deal. You can pull it right off. If it was cooked properly, which this one was. Then I'll come over here as well, just score the skin. Otherwise you're gonna pull it off. And kind of just peel the breast and the tenderloin away as you work your knife tip in there. It's a little hot. Glove liners would be a good choice for this. And that looks pretty good like that. So a few more spots here as I burn my thumbs. There we go. So I'm just gonna take this carcass out of here for now. And this looks like a delicious bite here, but I'm gonna save that for later. So now once you get the breast out, now you can go ahead and slice it against the grain here. And you'll have some nice pieces of turkey. And like I said, this is what I like to do. And check that out. Nice juicy piece of turkey breast right there. You can see that thing looks absolutely amazing. Super juicy, all that delicious butter under there. You can see it's so tender. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. Incredibly juicy, that's all I can say. All that butter in there just creates a super moist environment, and the pit barrel cooker does such a great job of rendering down the turkey skin while not drying out the turkey breast. But the star of this whole thing is that citrus herb butter. Incredible flavor on this turkey, goes so well with it. Definitely give this a try. I'm telling you, this will be the star of the show for your next holiday meal. People will not be able to get enough of this. You might have to cook 2 of these things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like. If you want to check out another one of my barbecue videos, you can check this out right over here. Now, I'll leave a link to everything I like to use in my videos down in the description below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe right over here. And most importantly, get out there and smoke something good. Juicy, juicy.